So I thought I would talk today about feeling stupid. I always feel stupid in life, and I don't think I'm unusual. I think a lot of people feel stupid, but we kind of learn how to mask it. Feeling stupid is not unusual, but it is something that not a lot of people talk about. I think you become more able to talk about it as you get older. I think now I talk to people who I've known in my entire life. I'm 42 at this stage. I had my birthday yesterday. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But since turning 40, some of the people I've known my entire life, one thing that I have noticed is that almost as a rule, people become more able to talk about their failings. I think when you're younger, there's too much riding on this ability to appear confident and appear put together, even though that's not how you feel. Inside, you may feel stupid and unqualified to talk about anything whatsoever and do anything whatsoever. But the society demands that you project confidence and you project capability. No matter how you feel, that's how you get on. Honesty doesn't work. You think about, uh, Theresa May in the UK recently, who left as Prime Minister after having tried to get Brexit through the EU and stuff like that. And at that point, when she's leaving, she broke down and was emotional and crying and stuff. And whatever reason for that may be, it's something she couldn't have done in the role of Prime Minister. You have to hide that. You can't show your true feelings. And maybe that's true and maybe it's not. Maybe it's correct and maybe it's not. But the point is, you have to project confidence and you have to project, I know what I'm talking about. I'm on the ball. I am not doubting myself, and you should not doubt me either. I can get this done, kind of thing. But having turned 42, and I probably should have done this video when I turned 40, right? Because that's the milestone. But I think you don't really sometimes, at the moment the thing happens, is not the right time to reflect upon it. Sometimes you need time to look back and think, what has actually changed since turning 40? And to my 15-year-old self, the question I remember asking, not a specific thing, but the moment, but the question would have been, once you get to 40, am I going to know a lot more than I know now? I'm going to feel more confident. Am I going to feel less stupid? Am I going to be more knowledgeable by virtue of the 25 years of additional experience and education that I've gleaned in the meantime? I'm surely going to feel more like I know what's going on in the world. And having turned 40 now, I can say to my 15-year-old self, no, that won't happen. You won't suddenly feel like you're a fully rounded human being and you understand stuff. In fact, you probably, looking back, I feel like I was more certain about certain things when I was younger. Maybe not 15, but I remember in my mid-20s feeling like I've really got this sussed now. There's probably not much else I need to learn. Turns out I did, and there was an awful lot still to learn. And actually, what was happening there was I had a little bit of knowledge, but not enough knowledge to know I knew next to nothing. I thought the little bit of knowledge was everything. I didn't have enough to know, geez, I don't know anything. How this links into stupidity and feeling stupid, I am not 100% sure. I think they are connected. It's to do with, oh, my stomach's rumbling. I should have eaten something before I started this. What is it? It's the knowledge and experiences that you have don't necessarily change this core feeling of cluelessness and need for validation from other people. So taking that meal, I went for a meal with family last night, and I'm always kind of feeling like, how I'm looking around at all the other people there and feeling like, am I wearing the right clothes? Am I looking stupid in this situation? Am I being a good customer for the waiter? I'm desperate for the waiter to like me for some reason. I don't have the problem that some people have where they just are arseholes to waiters. I'm cripplingly polite to waiters. I hate the idea that they might think I'm an arsehole. I am so nice to them, but do they think I'm stupid? Uh, I'm here with my wife and my mum because that's the kind of birthday I like. I'm not there with my mates uh, drinking and having a laugh. I'm there for a quiet meal with my wife and my mum. Does the waiter think I'm a mummy's boy? Does the waiter think I'm a geek and a stupid guy who doesn't have any friends because I'm here with my wife and my mum? Does the tip that we don't tip in the UK, is this tip that I'm giving the waiter at the end insulting? Is it enough? I don't know. At least in the US, I hate tipping, but as just a thing that is required. You should pay enough people to survive. Tipping shouldn't be a thing, in my opinion. But at least you've got the guide in the a general etiquette in the US. In the UK, if we give a tip, we don't know where to start really. So I'm thinking, is this? I'm trying to be nice to this guy, but am I insulting the guy by not giving him enough in the tip and that kind of thing? So it's not going to happen, is it? If it doesn't happen by 42 that you feel put together and non-stupid and non-awkward in those kinds of situations, I don't think it's ever going to happen. Maybe it will. Maybe in my 50s, I'll suddenly all this anxiousness and feeling of inadequacy will go away. But I think no, it's always going to be there, which is kind of good and bad in a way. I mean, if you know something is always going to be there, then you're not waiting for some point at which there's a revelation. You can start to deal with it and start to just. I mean, I think I have started to incorporate it into my life, and I have been told when I talk to people, people have no idea that you might have these internal feelings. And I hope that is the case. But also, like you, it's kind of a sad state of affairs, isn't it? That I can't say to you if we meet, I'm terribly anxious about meeting you and I don't know how I'm coming across. And can you just let me know that I'm doing okay here? You kind of can't do that in situations, and it puts people on the spot. And maybe it's good that we can't do that kind of thing in life because society wouldn't grind on if we were all so introspective all the time. But there are good things about the revelation that it's never going to change because something does happen as you get older that kind of is, what is it, a consolation prize? You do desperately still feel stupid in many situations and inadequate, but you tend to care less whether people have that perception of you or not as you get older. And this is something I've talked to a lot of people about as well. Whether or not someone does think you're stupid, or whether or not you come across as inadequate, doesn't matter so much. You kind of don't take it to heart. If someone doesn't like you or you feel stupid, then that's their problem. It's not your problem, kind of thing. That you're less eager to impress in this paradoxical way. You still feel inadequate, or at least I do. But if the person I'm talking to is judgmental of me, or you don't get to the point where the waiter really likes you, thinks you're an arsehole all the way through, it doesn't cut you as deep as it does when you're younger and you want everyone to like you so much. It doesn't really matter as much. You kind of do your own thing, come what may. And I think that's like a little consolation prize that helps as you get older to not be quite so upset if someone doesn't respond to you in a 100% positive way. So that's kind of good. Speaking of restaurant, I remember this time when I went for a meal, I think when we were leaving A levels, so I would have been 18, 19 ish, and it was kind of we all went out together, everyone from the sixth form, for a kind of a farewell meal. And I remember doing this so stupid thing that still makes me cringe to this day. And these memories stay with you of your own stupidity. Me and my mate on this lovely meal that we were going out for decided that we were both going to have spaghetti bolognese, and we were going to race and see who could eat the spaghetti bolognese the fastest. And I managed it obviously with my gut and stuff, but I just look back at that and think, how stupid. How stupid and immature. So you spoil that meal for yourself. So now you're sitting watching everyone else enjoy their meals. They've had to watch you do this completely immature thing of racing to see who can finish it the fastest. And you kind of, I kind of follow that. I kind of pull that one of a multitude of memories through and just think what stupid things we do in life to impress. What was I trying to do in that situation? Impress my friend? Is this a funny thing to do? No, no one was laughing. Um, I didn't do that last night at my birthday meal with my mum and my wife. So at least I've stopped trying to eat spaghetti bolognese as fast as possible. That's one thing. So if you're waiting for a time in your life when you're going to have everything figured out and you're not going to feel like the world is a puzzle. This is one guy who used to think that and has learnt that it's never going to happen. So start to integrate those feelings into who you are and make them part of who you are. And you can cover them up and you can learn to act well, but it's never going to go away. And it's probably ultimately a source of strength because it stops you becoming Alan Sugar. That's all I've got to say on the topic. I'll try to think of other things to talk about at some point. But I'll leave it there for now. Hope you've enjoyed listening, watching. If you have, you might like to subscribe and ding that bell that's up there that's supposed to be, that just is there to complicate matters, as far as I can tell. You have to subscribe, then ding the bell, then jump up and down, then write a letter to YouTube saying, I'd like to subscribe to this channel. They'll send you back a little form that says, would you like to ring the bell? You send the form back, yes, I would like to ring the bell. Just go through all those steps and you might, 50-50 chance, you'll get notified of the next video. So that's good, isn't it? I'll see you later.